of some of my favorite boards that I own in my quiver. So I just did the uh, Ultra Aviator and the Burton 3D Double Dog. We'll move on. Well, I have this in my hand, so I might as well do this. This is my 2020 Brian Aguchi Pro 159 in the rocker version. So a couple of reasons why I went with the rocker version and Arbor in general is I never tried a rocker board. I was always curious about rocker boards. There's a stigma when it comes to rocker boards that they're for beginners, they're for people that don't know how to ride very well, yada yada yada. But in my opinion, they're great for people who are beginners and don't know how to ride very well. But they also do things that you might not think about as opposed to other boards. So yes, for days that I need ultra response, I'm going to practice carbs, or I want more stiffness and stability. Yeah, I'll jump on a camber board. I'll jump on my double dog or my Ultra Aviator or some other board that I have in my quiver. But if it's like a day that has powder stashes in the trees still, you can hike a bowl and still get pow. The snow is good enough on the groomers that you can kind of go less thin when it comes to grip hold and that extra grip hold and stability. Because what's cool about the rocker versions in Arbor and Arbor in general is they have this stuff called Grip Tech, which is an extra contact point under your heel and toe. So you got your normal contact point, extra contact point under your heel on both sides, and another contact point at the end. And that's like their ice technology. Like LiveTech has magnet traction, Arbor has Grip Tech, Jones has a version of magnet traction. That I believe they had some kind of copyright patent disclaimer, conflict. So I don't know if it's called magnet traction on Jones anymore, but it's basically along the same. There's serration in the edges to add for extra grip hold on firmer and icier snow. So that's why I went with the rocker version on Arbor, because it had Grip Tech, so I knew it would give me that extra grip on hard pack groomers in a rocker version board. But the benefits of a rocker board is it's going to shred pow better, because it's like this. It's not like this. It's the actual, when you turn the snowboard on its side, it's like shaped like a banana, as opposed to being like this, which is your camber version boards. So the nose is already lifted up, ready to go in powder, so it rides powder better, especially set back. It's gonna slay powder. This 159 Arbor Brian Aguchi Pro, I would have no issues taking it out a foot plus at a 159 at my size, slammed all the way back, so I know it's gonna handle. It turns better in powder, it turns better in technical trees, it turns better in moguls. I'm pretty sure I'm planning to ride this board or my Battalion 1 in the Beaver Creek Talons Challenge, which is like 14 double black diamond, all moguls in one day. So I'm going to want a board that's going to turn fairly well when it comes to moguls. So it's either going to be this one or my Battalion 1. But just in general, Arbor has really fast bases, center bases, super fast, very comparable to a lot of other companies. And this is a replacement. I bought this as a replacement for my Arbor Coda that I bought like 3 seasons ago. That I blew out the edge on the first day taking it out. The board still rode exactly the same as it did before, but it just had a crazy blown edge, and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because I was able to then take that board in any scenario I wanted to, whether it was early season coverage, sketchy terrain, all that kind of jazz, because it was already fucked up. So I really got to see what that board can do, and I fell in love with it. So I bought the Aguchi Pro because it's basically almost the same board. I think it might be a tad bit stiffer, and it's a 159 as opposed to a 158, but I'm pretty sure it's going to ride the exact same. So that goes to tell you how much I love that board. I bought almost the exact same one in the exact same profile. So these are my boards, a few of them. These are mostly like my select favorite right now. I definitely have some other favorites that I don't have up here but there are a little bit of overlap when it comes to bringing them out. But just in general, I have a lot of boards because I really have an issue when it comes to good deals. But I also just like getting my hands on different kinds of boards, and I like to see what they all do differently, and compare that tech to other people's tech on different board companies and stuff. So it's just really cool to be able to wake up and look at the conditions, look at the temperatures for that day, look at the snowpack for the week, the snowfall for the week, and be able to pick what board I feel is going to be the best tool for the job for that day. A lot of people aren't able to do that. I totally understand that. I'm not rich by any means. I just don't have children. Honestly, that's my secret weapon right there. That's the reason. These are my kids. All right, I have my number one kid right there, my dog. You can't see him, and then I have my snowboard. So that's what I invest my time, my money into. So just it's cool to be able to do that. I know not everybody can do that, but if you are wanting a different board, a better board, and you don't have that much money, I mean, look on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, eBay, Gear Trade. What else there's an app called Mercari that I've seen good boards on. You can find it, dude. You can find a board, a good quality board. It might be a few years old, but I mean, don't sleep on boards that were made in 2015, 16, 14, whatever, plus on that, because the quality of tech that's on boards back in the day right now is almost just as amazing back then as it is right now. There's just all these like Cororoid and 3D tech and all that stuff's coming out, and then this kind of technology right now. This is on the K2 Alchemist right now. If you don't know what the K2 Alchemist is, it's a fucking awesome fucking board. They say they got that tech from like Skis, which I'm sure they did. I'm sure Jones got that tech from like Skis, but that's like a brand new 2021 model board that shreds hard, and the technology was available in 2015. So think about that. That has I think it has a better base, this board does, than the K2 Alchemist. It has the same tech as the K2 Alchemist. It's not the same board. It's a different profile, shape-wise, but this board is crazy comparable, if not better. It has full carbon top sheet, milled out tip and tail, 9900 sensor base. That's very comparable to a lot of boards these days, and I picked this board up for $120. All right, so think about that. Think about just, you got to put the effort. You got to put the effort into looking. You can't just look for 10 minutes and be like, okay, well, there's nothing. I go through everything. You want a board? Shit, dude. Put it in the comments about what kind of board you want. POW board, all mountain board, free ride board, freestyle board, and I'll fucking find you a board. All right? Check that out. Do that. Tell me your boards. Tell me your favorite boards. Show me your quivers. Tell me your quivers. I like talking snowboards. Obviously, I love snowboards. So just, these are my favorite boards out of my quiver, some of them. Let me hear yours.